Radio. It's Jobber Radio. It's Jobber Radio. Oh, wrestling podcast featuring Matt Zion, Bomber Rap, Scott and Lee, and the one and only Peanut. It's Jobber Radio. Jobber Radio. It's Jobber Radio. It's Jobber Radio. It's Jobber Radio. Bitches.
Everybody's included in the Balor Club.
I'm all for keeping the chicks out of the real wrestling. And you know,
oh my God,
Dory, you're so old. Just give up.
just give up, Jesus. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Jobber Radio. We got a lot to talk about today. We got our main event of SummerSlam. Holy shit. It is. I hope you guys are fucking hyped. Matt Zion is here today. How are you doing, Matt Zion?
I'm doing good, and like I was saying off camera, now I have some things to complain about, because I wouldn't be Matt Zion if I didn't complain about something. But this is a pretty positive week of wrestling overall, in my opinion, because there were some good matches on Raw, good matches on SmackDown, fucking phenomenal match on NXT. But yeah. This was good. I mean, it's rare that I come out of any WWE week and be like, I was more positive than negative, so I'm in a good mood.
All right. Well, Lee, how about you? Did you watch a whole bunch of Raw and SmackDown, and are you super positive right now?
No, I'm trying my best to be blessed and be a blessing there, Bomber. So I'm trying to keep my mood up. I'm trying not to watch a lot of WWE. I've been watching a lot of G1, and I've been having a pretty good week as far as that goes.
Well, that'll do it. That'll do it. Scott's here. How you doing, man?
I'm pretty good. You gonna just gloss over the fact that we watched Slammiversary last week? All right.
No,
I watch wrestling too.
I'll mention.
I like it. It's good.
No, you don't. You hate it. It's all lies.
No, as you found me up.
Yeah. And I'm Jake, aka Bomber. Yeah. Slammiversary was fantastic. I know. Obviously, instantly we got shit in the Jobber Radio Facebook chat. People were like, "Oh, fuck that," blah, blah, or whatever it was. I don't know, but no, Slammiversary.
That was exactly what happened.
That's pretty damn close. Pretty damn close.
Let's just get it out of the way, because that is not an unreasonable reaction based on the past 5 to 6 years of the company. But I think they legit actually did a good show. So
yeah, no, they've been turning stuff around for a while now, and
I have a question for you.
Yeah, what's up?
Sami Callihan cutting his hair, was that at Slammiversary, or did he just do that now?
That was a hair versus mask match with Pentagon Jr.
And he lost.
Yes,
yeah.
He lost,
okay.
And dear God, what a fucking match.
Yeah,
that match was great.
I want to. I love that look on him though. That's a smart move, because he's been balding for a little while.
Yeah.
So just let it go, and he looks like a legit guy I would not want to fuck with at a bar, and I stand by it. I say the best heels in professional wrestling are the dudes you don't want to fuck with at a bar.
Yeah.
So good for him. I think he's on a roll.
I gotta give it to him. He's one of the few heels who actually lives the gimmick 24/7 and gets legit heat these days. So there you go.
Yeah, he and Pentagon were amazing in that, and there's a lot of good matches. Like even the worst matches were still good. Like
yeah. Oh man, it was
nothing was
night.
Phoned in, so yeah, the whole thing was great.
Such a fun night, and I stand by it right now. As far as my opinion, I think this is my favorite pay-per-view of the year and just wrestling in general. Over WWE, NXT, Ring of Honor shows that I've watched this year so far. I think it's gonna be hard to top too. I mean, SummerSlam maybe with Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, but
the last thing I'll just say on Slammiversary was they tried to make it like a big deal, and everyone's like, yeah. But then they went out there and busted their ass, and actually it felt like a big deal, and it came off like a big deal. Like, there's not just...
What a nice venue, too. What a nice venue.
It's not just 14th pay-per-view of the year, this is the 8th one. No, it was like, we're going to make a big deal out of this. It was a lot of fun. And yeah, it was gorgeous looking. event. It was really cool.
That
It's
was
nice to hear too. It's good to hear that their management actually they finally. How long have they been a company for?
This was Slammiversary 16.
16 years.
Jesus. So it only took them 16 years to find a group of people that weren't fucking retarded and know how to run a wrestling company. Congratulations.
They've been a company for 5 years longer than WCW was.
Oh, that's insane, isn't it?
Now,
Like,
there
like
was Jim Crockett before that, but WCW existed for 10 years.
Yep.
This has been 16.
Wrestling cockroaches. That's what they are.
Yep.
Yep.
But
And
no,
they're
they
only
survived-
getting better. They're only getting
Yeah,
better.
that's
Period.
true. It's getting better. At least it's
There was a period under Dixie where they were literally like, we were wondering when is WWE going to own them just for their library.
Yeah. Oh,
It was literally
looked
that bad.
Yep.
Even freaking Meltzer was reporting that Vince is like serious about trying to just buy them out.
Yep.
That's crazy that they've
And
come.
now
to
here we are, so yeah.
good, yeah, good
Hey,
for
how
them.
about this, Scott? Couple Canadians kind of running the show down there, turning it around. Scott D'Amore and Don Callis fucking owning it.
Yeah,
and
I've
Don
heard good
Callis, I
things.
always like him on his podcast because he always makes a lot of sense. I don't always agree with his, because he's a little more old school than I care for.
Yeah.
He reminds me of Cornette sometimes, but I like a lot of what he says more than what he does. Than I don't. So I mean that makes sense that TNA's using him well.
And it's funny because, I mean, technically they're the number, I mean, probably 3 or 4 American promotion, but they're based out of Toronto. So they're kind of a Canadian one now, or I don't know.
Yeah, sort of.
It's, yeah.
Weird.
I wanted to bring it up right before we left Impact, though, that the Sami Callihan hair thing, he came to a local show and was facing Ethan Case for the world title in my local promotion. And during the match, obviously his hair, during a match, it gets kind of crazy and stuff. And you could see his balding spot on the back of his head pretty bad. And I swear to God, I'm sitting there. This is weeks before it was announced, like maybe 2 weeks before it was announced. I'm like, you know what? Sammy just needs to do a fucking hair versus hair match. Get this shit over with. Get it gone and just move
let's do
on.
it.
But he's been holding on to it a long time. He's always been really big about his hair. Like way back when in CZW, he always was all about his hair, and he always had that fucking balding spot. So, yeah, it's been a long time coming. And yeah, the pictures he just posted on Twitter looks pretty cool. Looking pretty
He looks
cool.
good. Yeah, he looks intimidating as fuck, which is great. That's
Yeah.
what you want as a heel.
But yeah, anyways, that was Slammiversary. I know, Lee, you said you had a couple things you want to talk about non-WWE related. What did you have to talk about?
Yeah, I just wanted to, for anyone who was thinking of jumping into the G1 and, they're a little daunted by the fact that there's been 7 shows already, and that's a total of like about a week's worth, hour-wise, of wrestling to watch. I'd say first off, just skip all the tag matches in the first hour of every show. Those are always just wastes of time, and so you don't need to watch those. So if you actually go on to New Japan World, or if you decide to get it by illicit means to watch the shows, just skip like the first hour or so, and that usually takes care of all the tag matches. And I just wanted to make a quick list of matches I think are worth watching on all 7 shows so far. The 8th show is actually going on right now as we talk. But so day 1. Check out Minoru Suzuki versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. Probably one of the best matches as far as psychology goes that I've seen this year. It was all just sort of focused around Tanahashi's leg, and it was really good. And Okada versus Jay White. Okada has this little storyline going now since he lost the IWGP title, that he's kind of lost his mojo and he can't win matches. And Jay White has this sort of storyline going where he's basically just beaten everybody, people he shouldn't even beat in the tournament, because he's his new heel character, Switchblade.
Oh, it's so good. I want to talk about it. It's so fucking good. I just saw this guy when I heard about the Jim Ross incident that happened. Which that was like, was that on? They weren't aiming to like hit Ross, right? Like that was complete mistake. Yeah, but that was an awesome save. I was like, I wanted, who's the MMA guy that was involved in that again? I want to see them have a match now. Like I saw that and I was like, I know he wrestles, so.
Yeah, Barnett's good. He's fun when he gets in there, so it'd be good to see that.
Yeah, but I just want to say I like him a lot. Good work.
Yeah, there's a good story with him being this like really smart dick ass who just sort of outwits everybody in the tournament and cheats a little bit to get ahead. Again, he's like Sami Callihan. He's actually doing the heel thing the way it's supposed to be done. Day 2, Tomohiro Ishii. Actually, all of his matches in this tournament have been great, but versus his tag partner Toru Yano, who's usually the sort of Santino Marella joke character. But this was like a really fun match, and Toru Yano's his sort of storyline in this tournament has been he's been trying to cheat less and actually try to wrestle, because usually all he does is like low blows and try to take the turnbuckle pad away from the turnbuckle and get people to ram into it and shit like that. So that was a fun match. Like, these are actual comedy matches that kind of work. They're actually fun. Also on day 2, Kota Ibushi versus Zack Sabre Jr. Zack Sabre Jr. is fucking tearing it up this year, and he's tearing it up
every year.
Yeah,
Every year.
but he's really getting a big push.
That's good.
He signed with the promotion, so he's He's basically finishing up all of his commitments everywhere else in the world to be in New Japan. So it's good. Day 3, Michael Elgin, who's also having a great tournament so far. He dropped like 40 pounds or something like that, and he looks like a fucking tank, man. Like, just the most cut fucking Dr. F. Steve Williams you could hope to think to see. He had a great match with Hangman Page, who was also fucking tearing it up. Like, all the fucking foreign guys are really tearing it up in this tournament. Hangman Page, he could be a main event player at this point. Like, he's that fucking good. He's really stepped up that much. Day 4, best show of the tournament so far. 3 really great matches on there. Ishii versus Naito was excellent. Juice Robinson versus Kota Ibushi was fucking amazing. And another really great comedy match with Toru Yano versus Zack Sabre Jr. And it was kind of fun to see Toru Yano kind of actually wrestle with Zack Sabre Jr. and actually get the better of him in a couple spots. It was fun.
Now, when you say comedy match, what is that like? I've seen some Japanese comedy matches. What do you mean by comedy match?
It's not the bullshit fucking Kenny Omega fighting a blow up doll or any of that bullshit. It's just he's kind of a dastardly heel who's basically his gimmick is he's crazy. He's not so much a heel. He's like a fan favorite cheater, basically, is what he is. Okay. And he's constantly trying to pull tricks and do low blows. Okay. They've had a series of matches throughout the year, like in tag matches and stuff, where Yano's tried to do a low blow on Zack Sabre Jr. and Zack Sabre Jr. traps his arm with his knees.
I think I've seen something like that.
Yeah. So there's a lot of good stuff there. Day 5, Okada versus Hangman Page, another really great match. This was sort of the turnaround for Okada to actually start getting some wins in the tournament, but Page was really good in that. Minoru Suzuki, who's just my favorite after Ishii, just because he's such a fucking badass. He murdered Yoshihashi, who is just he's kind of the jobber in the tournament, really. Next to Juice Robinson, who hasn't gotten a win yet.
Juice!
Day 6, Haruki Goto versus Tomohiro Ishii. Juice Robinson versus Naito, and Sonata versus Zack Sabre Jr. were all really good. And then Day 7, probably the least exciting day in the tournament so far. Jay White versus Suzuki was really great, though, because White finally got his first loss at the hands of another heel who wasn't going to fall for all of his bullshit. Basically, that was the story. So it was really good.
So who's, like, right now, as of this moment, who's winning the G1?
Okay, well, you got the A block and the B block, so every show is from one of those blocks. A block, there's a 3-way tie right now between Jay White, Evil, and Hiroshi Tanahashi at 6 points. And B block has Kenny Omega on top with 6 points, and then Kota Ibushi and Tetsuya Naito are right below him at 4. But there's like a 4-way tie with 4 points in the B block, and Juice Robinson, poor Juice, sitting down there with 0 right now. He has 1.
Yeah.
Is he still a champ, by the way?
Oh yeah, U.S. champ.
North American champ. Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, what they're doing is they're setting up a bunch of opponents for him.
Okay, that makes sense. Sure.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, I know we definitely have some people out there. I know TB666, which is one of our viewers that is a diehard New Japan. He's always talking about it on our Discord channel, so I'm sure he will probably agree with a lot of those.
Well, I want to ask one thing about all this, specifically, because I know I've heard of the G1 forever and ever, like Liger and Benoit and Jericho and all these guys from years past. But Lee can sum this up probably the best right now. What is the significance of the G1? Like, what is this tournament?
It basically sets you up for the main event in Wrestle Kingdom. It gives you the big title shot. It also sort of sets up little title shots depending on how well you do. And it's a good way to see how the company is actually sort of planning for the future and who it looks like they're going to push and not push. And they do. It's almost like an extended Royal Rumble in a way, where they set up feuds, they continue feuds, they do little stories within the tournament, and it just gives you kind of a good skeletal outlook of where everybody is in the company and what sort of things they're going to be booking down the line.
But it sounds kind of like it's much more organic in a way, because like we just do this anyway, and there's going to be fallout from it.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, what the fuck? Hold on. Why? I just loaded up Twitter. Why the fuck is Joey Ryan suggested on the right side of my fucking page?
Oh, well, it's probably because he's promoting a new bar wrestling. It's going around, especially around the world.
No, fuck
and you're
this.
specifically invited. I talked to Joey about this because we're pals. I told him, I said, Jake, a.k.a. Bomber, wants to support you in everything you do. And he said, thank you.
I just closed Twitter down. As soon as I loaded up, closed it back down. Nope, not even worth looking at Twitter now.
Good move, pal.
Yep, not even worth looking at Twitter. All right. So yeah, I mean, let's talk about some WWE, because there was, I thought it was an okay week. I didn't see all of SmackDown. I saw some of SmackDown. I saw all of Raw. I don't know if that's something to brag about, but first of all, let's talk about the big announcement that they had at the very beginning of Raw to start out our week of wrestling here. I think it was pretty obvious. I think a lot of people knew it was coming, but they made it official. The first ever all-women's pay-per-view Evolution. Matt Zion, you said you had some gripes. What do you got to say?
I mean, here's the thing. I'm
Let out your woman hate.
Yeah, right. I'm happy they're going to get a payday, obviously. All of these women are very talented, and I'm a fan of a lot of them. And so I think if WWE's heart was in the right place, this should have happened a long time ago. Like, I don't know why it took them this long to think about doing this.
I think it's
but
obvious.
The issue, well, of course, it's because they fucked them over and they didn't get
Saudi
that. Well, they
Arabia,
got a payday, but they didn't get to go over there and wrestle in Saudi Arabia and shit. Yes, that's probably
I
where
wonder if the guys are going to get a payday if the girls got one for Saudi Arabia.
See, and that's what I'm saying, is that they're not 100% not going to get one. And then how is that equality? But no, my big problem is it's just a PR stunt. They don't care. The company doesn't give a fuck about this pay-per-view. They're going through the motions. It's like, oh, well, we did a Royal Rumble, we did a Hell in a Cell, and then eventually they're going to run out of shit to do, and then you're just going to go back to the women not mattering. And like, I feel like it's almost like they're just using them as a tool rather than actually trying to build a brand and build the idea that maybe one day we can do a separate show that's all women. Because I'm not opposed to that at all. I think they have enough talent and enough women that I enjoy watching that I'd be completely all for a show that only had the women. The issue with that is I don't think it's a good idea ever, though, because you're taking variety away from the main roster.
Yes.
One of the reasons why, like, I remember with ex-girlfriends in the past and stuff, they would tolerate wrestling because they liked watching some of the girls. Well, you take the girls off the show, you just fucked up with half of your viewership. So it's like, they got to tread very carefully here, and that's why they're just going to do, the special. But it feels soulless. And that's because Stephanie announced it.
Well, I mean, at first, they did say Stephanie was going to announce it, but Triple H did pretty much most of the talking there for the promo. And he seemed pretty, genuine or
he's genuine for sure. Yeah, he's genuine. It's definitely
coming from not watching it as it happened and watching it through Twitter and YouTube clips and stuff. From what I understand, only Stephanie McMahon talked. That's all they're promoting.
What?
That's all they're showing.
Oh, no, definitely
They didn't bother showing any of the other shit. It's all about how Stephanie McMahon did it. I know that. But that's my point. All the talking bits are Stephanie McMahon.
Well, who needs mansplaining when you can have McMahon-splaining?
Oh, Jesus. No.
That's good.
No, Triple H was pretty damn good, and he was really heartfelt.
Now, What's funny because I think it was Matt. You said it. It's like I hope they focus on the new ones and don't bring back legends. And I literally read at the same time. Trish Stratus confirmed to appear and this and that. I'm like, of course they're doing that.
Oh yeah, they said legend. They said
like 50 women will appear. All the women's titles will be on the line. The Mae Young Classic finals will be there. It's like, okay, I get it. You're trying to make it a big deal. So
I want Trish Stratus versus Alexa Bliss because she's basically the mini me of Trish Stratus.
I mean, who knows?
Bailey wants Lita.
Yeah, so, I want you got to have Trish versus like Sasha. Like that would be fucking awesome.
They kind of teased it at the Rumble.
I would honorific over that.
And Mickey wants Trish, and I like the idea that they're all kind of like, I want this match, I want that match. Cool. Make it like you want this to matter, not this like, look, we get a day too.
What do you guys pick for Trish's opponent then? I mean, I'm going Sasha all the way. I think Sasha and Trish is a dream match to me. But what do you guys?
Alexa Bliss.
No,
please
don't fucking waste Trish Stratus match on the talentless Alexa Bliss.
That's
Come
incorrect.
On.
She's not talentless.
I want to see
Trish. She is awful.
No,
she is great in every other aspect.
It doesn't matter. I want to see Trish Stratus put a mini version of herself in various sexy holds.
I don't think it will be. I don't think it'll be Sasha. I think Alexa Bliss would be cool because you also have the tie-in there. If you wanted to throw in Mickie James with the history with her and Trish, that could be fun because her and Alexa are
really good to have a match that nobody will remember. That sounds fantastic. Awesome.
Well, no one's going to remember this shit after it's done anyway.
Yes,
any Alexa Bliss matches. Nobody. Not a single fucking one. So why would we waste a Trish Stratus return on Alexa Bliss?
Come on.
Because they're high on her.
The show is a throwaway show. Let's face facts.
That's not the question.
What?
No, why they're high on her isn't the question, Matt. They just are. So that's what.
This show's a throwaway show. I mean, I'm all for keeping the chicks out of the real wrestling, and
oh my god,
put all these muscled up broads in matches and stuff. That's great. Keep all the eye candy on the main roster. That way, you'll still have the girls on the main show. That's really cute. But keep the chicks on their separate show. Keep the midgets in their separate show, the 205, whatever it is, and it'll be good.
Oh my god! At least you're consistent. Lee's always been sexist, so that's good.
He's going after the women though. He also just straight up called small people midgets. So
he did draw the line at another league. But anyway, the fact I like that they're saying it's the first all women's pay-per-view. I'm like that's everything you just said is wrong. So many levels. It's the first one they've done, yeah. But TNA's been doing their one-night only ones for a few years, and you can say, oh, those don't count. They're the special other things. Yeah, there was Women of Wrestling did one called like Unleashed or something back in 2001.
Oh, there were gimmick ones. I remember watching some weird small upstarts and stuff.
They've done them before. Now, has WWE done it before? I was talking to Woody about this, and literally until like the past calendar year, there hasn't been women main eventing Raw or SmackDown except for that one time Trish and Lita did it like 10 years ago. So they're progressing, but it's almost like, look, we're progressing, look how much we're progressing, and they're not letting it just happen. And then they started to, where it just kind of like the women main evented. I'm like, oh, that's good. They're not drawing attention to it. It's just happening. That's good.
Like on Raw.
That's the way to do it.
That was good. Yeah.
Have that be the way it is. And then they're like, look, it's a show. I'm like, okay. Are you doing it because there's demand or because you're like, look how cool we are by making a women's show? Like that's not how equality works. That's
No, it's a good PR stunt. They should connect us with the Cancer Lady Foundation, whatever the fuck that is, and they should basically they should do a gimmick where half the opponents have cancer and those are all the winners in the tournament. That'd be good stuff.
Well, I love that Kayfabe News or whatever it was already came out with the joke we had in the Women's Rumble about woman Waynes.
Yeah,
I'm like, that was my joke. No. 8 months ago.
Okay, hold on. I gotta read this kayfabe commentary thing real quick. Hold on.
It's a picture of Roman with a Becky Lynch hair.
Oh my, no, but the description makes it like it's still really good. But let me find it real quick because they
talk it up as being like monumentally earth-shaking announcement. It's so.
I read terribly, but here we go. Following the mind-bogglingly, earth-shatteringly historic announcement of an upcoming all-women pay-per-view called Evolution, World Wrestling Entertainment, WWE, further revealed that the event will feature a debut of a mysterious newcomer, a newcomer named Woman Waynes. It's just Roman Reigns with a red wig. Said named the Big Bitch. He's reportedly of Samoan descent, which means there's a 97.3% likelihood that she is a cousin of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
It's true.
It is believed that Waynes played, field hockey for Georgia Tech, then played a full season of Canadian field hockey for the Edmonton Dazzlers. What? According to one
not a real team. for the
Wade
record.
has several
Oh,
devastating moves in her arsenal, including the Superwoman Punch and a modified spear called the Shear.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's so
No,
good.
you know, if they,
I
if they
love
rip-
it. It's so good. Kate,
That math is great though, because the 3 point whatever percent is Samoa Joe. He's the one not related. They always make that joke.
Right,
It's like
right.
somehow Samoa Joe is not related.
that's funny.
But yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's
The
Yeah.
big bitch.
Yeah, I did see online that Stephanie anyway, they're going to try to make Evolution the women's WrestleMania is what I've read.
Evolution is a mystery.
It
And
is.
that's all I can think of. I want that theme
Yeah,
song. to
I've
be-
seen the Photoshop of
Yeah.
Triple H and Batista, them all on the women's bodies.
Yeah,
It's pretty good.
man, fucking Ric Flair's rolling in his grave right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't hate. I think it'll be fine. I don't think it'll be bad because they said it's going to be women from the past, present, and future. So I guess they're going to have some up and comer star. I guess that's probably the Mae Young people they're probably going to talk about
Well,
with that one.
and yeah,
But-
they said there's going to be 50 women on this event.
Well, that's pretty goddamn crazy. They
Now-
might have a battle royal or something, maybe.
Matt, you said something on Twitter, and this kind of really struck me as like, yeah, I hope Matt's right and wrong in that he's like, yeah, this would be cool if it was a dedicated, proper event and not just another event, which I'm worried about. I
Well, no,
don't want
I-
more of the same.
I think it will
want
be
less
the
that's
October.
good, and I get that.
There's no
So-
other show besides that Super show in October, is there? I think it's the October
I
pay-per-view.
don't know. Did they get rid of Hell in a Cell?
God, I hope so.
Somebody
I'll look it up. I'll look it up.
Somebody
I'll
look it up. Yeah, I haven't heard anything about it. I've heard about the Super show in Australia. What was it called? The Super Card Show or whatever?
That's just tacked on like the Greatest Rumble
yeah,
was.
yeah,
Don't
that's
count that.
extra.
Don't-
Yeah, that's extra.
Yeah,
And then
that's
they
extra.
had this, I think, for the regular pay-per-view. If not, there's going to be 3 goddamn shows in October.
Okay, SummerSlam's August, Hell in a Cell is September, Evolution is October, as is Super Showdown,
Yep.
and then November Survivor Series
go.
and December is TLC.
So this is the October pay-per-view for them.
So Night of Clash of Champions is gone. Probably because they don't
Yeah, I
want to be
heard
like,
about- I
Brock,
heard
come
about
here.
that, yeah.
Brock, it's co-branded. Brock, come here. No, fuck it. So there you go.
So there
Brock
you go.
Lesnar killed him.
So that is interesting. And so that's going to be a lot of time building up for Survivor Series at least. So
That's good. Yeah, that's
that
good.
should hopefully be good.
That doesn't mean they're going to use it.
I mean, that is true. That is true.
Well, how often am I negative about that? But it is. Like, after hearing the G1 stuff, I'm like, oh, that sounds refreshing. That'd be good. Meanwhile, we get this shit.
Yes.
where
Okay.
it's
I
just
guess we might as well go.
slapdash.
Yeah, we might as well go into it. I mean, I really don't
Damn it.
understand.
I
I really don't understand. I've obviously have been a proponent of Brock and Roman before, but I just don't get it
Why?
right now.
Just why? It's not
I-
the
we've
worst timing.
I have
They
went
literally
in,
could have had Lashley instead. They could have.
I know.
I want to give them credit too because that match was good. That
Oh,
was
of
really,
course.
I loved it. It was better than their pay-per-view match, and I thought that was all right too.
That
so
was good, too. Yeah,
this
I
was
agree.
I loved one moment in that match too. I want to give Lashley some credit. He got like angry. That was good. Because that's one problem I have with him is he's always fucking smiling all the time.
and
Like,
sweating
"Ugh,
and
stop,
sweating.
Get mad and then I loved when he was stalking Roman for the spear and he was like he got on the mat on his knees and he was like fucking slamming the mat. I was like, yeah, I like this aggression.
Yep.
And then like Roman won and I.
Yeah. Man, I mean,
It looks so good, and then they just had him job to Roman for some reason, even though Lashley Lesnar is way more logical of a match
The
for SummerSlam.
only-
It's logical for so many reasons. It like from all the MMA background, the wrestling background, the fact that they've both
I have
kind of
interest in it.
wanted it, and
have
it's
interest.
new. It's interesting. And my
Yeah.
one hope is that when Brock is on Raw on Monday, they like oopsies and like Money in the Bank it, and Strowman just takes the title. Like fuck it, do it. Fucking do it.
So I'm going to say, though, I think there's only 2 outcomes to this. One is the one that everybody expects is Roman or Brock is going to win, probably Roman, and then Braun cashes in and sends everybody home happy.
Well,
But I'm
no.
predicting, I think the big bitch is going to simply beat Brock, and they're going to close off the show, and that's it. Ooh, watch.
No. Well, first of all,
I can see it after all we've seen. I can see that. I
He's
don't
got
want
to
to.
He's got to get his final win. If Braun cashes in, then that doesn't mean he defeated the beast. You know,
I'll
He's gotta
definitely
go
say,
home.
From a
it's
beast to
possible.
a monster. Yeah.
Yeah, it's possible, but you have Kevin Owens versus Braun Strowman in a Money in the Bank on the line. The Money in the Bank briefcase is on the line.
Owens has
so.
no chance.
That's
That is
nice.
100% Braun just having something
well,
to do.
I mean, you know the stipulation. Did you see the stipulation though?
Yeah.
What is it?
If Braun loses in any way, KO
DQ,
gets
count
the title.
out. Yeah,
No,
DQ,
okay,
count
but-
out, anything.
It won't
Doing
matter.
that though just to make you think that he has a chance, but like he
Yeah.
has no fucking chance. That is Braun is going to catch that motherfucker in one way or another.
He's got a plan though. You can see he's got a plan this time. You can tell by the way he's talking.
That's good, but he'll be outsmarted because
Yeah,
Braun's
I
not
just-
a dummy either. So yeah,
I just don't like if they wanted Roman to like get into the main event of SummerSlam, like why not do what Scott said? Like have a 4-way again. Because like that was fun last year. I was all about that match was awesome. So why not? Let's do a sequel to that. Let's do Roman versus Brock versus Bobby Lashley versus who am I forgetting in that equation? But somebody else.
Kane.
Balor, so he's not with Corbin anymore.
No,
or
I mean,
something?
like one thing I want to say too is, man, it sucks that Rollins isn't getting this push because he is so
Yeah.
fucking over right now. It's crazy.
Well,
He's
he's
he main evented the
good.
last one. They actually main evented with the IC title, which was awesome.
yeah. It's
and-
just too bad that fans shit on it, but like still, like
Yeah.
he's doing good work.
talk
Like I
about
can
that.
see Rollins being the main dude at the moment, so it just sucks that Roman's getting
Well,
the spot. instead of him.
the positive spin that I will try to throw out there, just to say it's possible, we might have that scenario. We might have Bobby still get involved in the match, and it not just be Lesnar versus Reigns. Because I mean, we're still
true.
what 3 weeks out,
Yeah, I
4
hope
weeks out. How many?
At least it's like August 18th. There's like almost a full month
maybe
to go
three.
still.
Yeah, maybe 3
3 or
weeks. So
4
I mean,
weeks.
it is possible. Yes, right now it does look like okay. Which is come on, WWE, what the fuck you doing? But I mean, they might go with it. I don't know. They might still go with it. But there is a chance right now.
I'm leaning towards they're going with it because if anything indicates you
Yeah.
see somebody posted the pictures of every time that Brock and Roman have fought, and a lot of those times we said a similar thing. Why are they doing this? They got to have a plan, right? And they never did. So I have a feeling. A very, very strong feeling Roman is going to go over clean. He's going to close out the show because Vince
There will be
needs to
nobody-
get his closure.
He'll be the hero that drives the
No.
absentee champion out back to MMA because people were booing like and chanting to strip Brock when Angle
Oh,
and
yeah.
Heyman were there.
That's
They were
not
actually
a-
doing it. That's what they want. That is what they want to hear.
Yeah, it is.
So
I mean,
it is working in that regard. But then it's like, oh, who's going to be the one to do it? Roman. Oh, for fuck's sakes! Like that's,
Or-
no.
Or Brock wins at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
And since he's supposed to be scheduled to appear on the Raw, apparently, right after SummerSlam, he shows up on Raw, and then Lashley beats him, takes the title, and then Roman Reigns freaks out and turns heel finally.
I
Honestly,
kind of don't think we're ever going to get Lesnar on wrestling in any capacity, even a cash in on TV. I just think it costs too much. They've said before it's like what is it like $2 or $3 million per match or whatever it equals out to.
crazy.
So they don't want to waste that shit on TV. So I don't know.
I don't know. I was on board with the other ones. I'm having a really hard time with this, unless something gets thrown in there like a Bobby Lashley. But I mean, you got Lesnar versus Reigns again. Then you got Ziggler versus Rollins, which was good, but we're getting it again.
Yeah, but is there a stipulation of that, or is it just one-on-one?
Not right
So
now.
far, just a rematch.
yeah,
It's
just a rematch. And
But
I
yes,
mean,
They're
that's
probably
not
like, yeah,
bad.
fuck
It'll
the
at least be a
clock.
good match, you know.
and yes, let's
The
talk
one
about
that-
it. Yeah, let's talk about the
Which
goddamn countdown clock first before we move on. Let's talk about the
Oh.
goddamn fucking.
Oh yeah, no,
Stupid ass
the fans shit the bed
fans.
for sure. But you know what? There's one argument I can say that I read that makes sense to me.
Oh, let's hear it.
If WWE had put on a better product, then maybe the fans wouldn't have been fucking burned out because that show wasn't the worst in the world.
It wasn't that
but
bad.
it definitely dragged though. It dragged a lot, and I'm at home. I can just start watching porn if I want. I can get up and take a shit. I can punch my cat. I'm not gonna do that, but I have these
I'll
options.
do it for you.
You don't have these options in the arena, and from what I was reading, they said that the fans were getting pretty like just bored throughout the show. Like there's a few times they come back. Now, to me, I say there's no excuse for that because that match was awesome. I know some people said it wasn't. I really liked it. I just fucking hated the ending. Like the ending was that was a WCW ending or a TNA ending. It made no fucking logical sense why Angle didn't restart the match again. Like what the fuck? But the match was good. And the one thing I'm going to say here is Rollins single-handedly has made Ziggler look better. So, like, I think Rollins has helped Ziggler out immensely. Because even on Raw during that tag match, I thought Ziggler looked great. He looked like money. He looked like he's finally a main event like player. Like, he could get there.
I've never,
So, you know, that's good.
I've never
Along with
thought.
Drew.
I've never thought anything bad about Zayn. I thought he's always been
Oh
pretty
yeah.
decent.
Oh no, he's obviously he's had portions of his career where he's lazy as fuck. Now I don't blame him on that because he's had a pretty up and down relationship with the company.
He had a glass ceiling on him a long time.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
he thought, like no matter what I do, it doesn't matter. So what's it matter?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, but he stepped it up. I just wanted to give him a shout out. He looks fucking phenomenal right now.
And like I said, so does Drew. Holy shit.
yeah.
Well,
Man,
Drew's on another level, yeah.
Here's my thing. Why didn't they just do Drew McIntyre versus Brock Lesnar? Because when Drew came out, when they were doing that whole like who's gonna confront Lesnar thing, when Drew came out, he got a nice pop, and also he's fucking awesome. Like, just I don't.
I think he'll have his
just,
time. He'll have his time. He'll come up.
He will, but he feels like a kind of guy because he's not the youngest guy in the entire world, but like he's not super old either. But like he's a big guy, and the taller guys don't last as long than smaller dudes. Just attach a fucking rocket to him and see what he can do. That's what
Drew is 33.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for his size
not
though, yeah, but he's probably got like 5-6 years without any like injuries to stay in his prime. Basically, just give him the shot. I mean, again, anybody but Roman would have been a better choice for SummerSlam in my opinion.
And
I can see that, yeah.
like, because Bomber, like I said, you've been up for some of the Roman matches previously, and it's like, what are they doing different about this one? Why is this one different? Why should I buy this one? And
it feels like
I know it's only been
points
since
back
Monday, but there's nothing yet. It's like, Roman gets the shot. Why do I want to see him fail again?
Exactly.
If
Yeah,
they
I agree with
make
this
it
one.
interesting, then I'm in. Like if they could find some sort of like again, we've said this so many times. What if Roman went full blown heel against a tweener Lesnar? Like that would be interesting because it would make. He's
not like full blown like I'm gonna shit in your face.
I want a full blown committed heel. That's the only way I could have any interest in this. It's just gonna be the same match they just had. The fans are gonna shit on it. One of them's gonna win, and then Braun's gonna cash in, and that's it. So
I mean, if it's only a one-on-one, then that probably will happen. You're right, but
yeah, why at this point is like a guy like Roman Reigns shaking the hands of fucking Bobby Lashley?
No, he literally should be thanking his lucky stars he's even got the chance. Like, he should be going through anybody, like Austin was. I hate to compare it to that, but when Austin was going after Rock for the title, he turned and went with McMahon because he'll do anything to get it back.
Yeah.
That's literally how Roman should be after failing 8 times. Like, I'll do anything to get there. Anything. And stab his friend in the back and this and that and that and that. No, he's just going to keep going out there and winning and pulling it off. Okay. It's weird.
yeah, like I said, we still got a couple weeks. We'll see, but right now I am actually with you guys on this one. Not feeling it. I'm not there.
It's
What do you
interesting.
see
I'm
for Raw?
not mad about it. I just don't
No.
care. I think that's even worse though.
No,
Because
I'm with you on that. I'm with you.
if I was mad about it, then there's some sort of passion behind me in the match. I just don't care. I don't
I
care.
weirdly want to see what they do for Raw. I'm like, how are they going to make it different? Prove it to me.
We'll
Because
see.
Lesnar's on Raw. Let's see what they do. And if it says, oh, look, a pull-apart brawl, that's cute.
Here's what could
You've
happen.
done that with these guys 8 times. God.
I think this week, because Lesnar's gonna be there this week apparently. So, or this upcoming week, we need to have him and Reigns with a stare down. Boom, Lashley come out, fucking destroy them
I agree.
both, lay them both out, and be
Both.
like, "Fuck you guys."
Triple threat would be interesting. A triple threat, and we know this already. What are Brock's best matches? Always triple threats or fatal 4-ways.
Yeah.
Never one-on-one.
And
So
I don't even want to stare down at this point. There should be no more stare down, no more feeling out. It's just like, I'm going to fight you. Like, there should be nothing at this point.
I think it would be interesting if they just opened up Raw with like Lesnar and Roman like backstage just beating the fuck out of one another.
Like, that's how it starts. Yeah.
Yeah, because they had. I remember one of the. Even though it went too long, I remember it was interesting when they opened up Raw with Kevin Nash and Triple H, like going like brawling, and I was like, that was pretty interesting considering that feud was total shit. So it's, like maybe do something a little outside the box, a little unorthodox.
It's the idea, like, that they're in the back where Lesnar, like, it's clearly he just arrived and Roman's beating him up, and the camera opens on it. Like, yeah, this has been happening for the past 10 minutes.
Yeah.
The show started now, so you're up to speed.
No, they're not
Like,
gonna do that.
that alone would be something more interesting, but we often book these better than
It's
that.
gonna
then-
have. Yes, go for it.
Yeah, Lashley comes walking down into it. He takes off that fruity little sweatband on his head. He starts sweating over everybody. He's spraying sweat over people.
I've never
It's
seen
just-
anybody sweat as much as Bobby Lashley.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
Great.
It's like Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley, and who can fill up the pool match?
Yes, Lashley
Right.
will win. Yeah.
Oh my God, it just never ends, and like, why he needs a bigger headband? That's
Yeah.
dumb.
Oh yeah, everybody makes fun of it, but then at the Extreme Rules when it came off, oh my God, it just started pouring. I'm like,
God.
that's why he wears it.
Yeah,
You know,
was
I remember
everywhere.
seeing the Twitter picture. I was like, "Why is this man melting?" Is what I posted
Yeah,
with it.
yeah.
Bobby Lashley's literally the only person on the planet that wears a headband for that reason. Like the actual reason it's designed for.
Yeah.
Everybody else is just because it looks cool. Lashley's like, it's a way of life, brother.
Yeah.
It
I got
keeps the hair out of your face. It looks cool. Yeah, Lashley's like, I need this to live.
Yeah. He was eyes from burning out of his head.
He can go to Walmart without wearing his headband.
Oh my god. But yeah, no, it'll be interesting to see. There is some time. We'll see what develops. We'll see what goes down.
Make a point about how like they're giving us yet again. They did this at Mania too.
What?
They're giving us like the opposite spectrum SmackDown title match as like
Oh,
the
yeah.
to make the I know you have to sit through Roman and Brock again, but like here I'm gonna give you this. You guys like this, right? We go yes, please.
What are you
And
talking
yet,
about?
it's funny.
AJ
AJ and
Styles.
Joe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what's funny is, I mean, that match has happened on TNA like a billion times over 10 years ago, but it's always good. And somewhere
of
Christopher
course.
Daniels is like, I want to play too, but, you know, too bad. Can't do the triple threat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would've
gotta
been
be in
nice
Ring of Honor,
to
but-
Joe, leading up to this and not just give it to him randomly, because that's how it seems like everybody becomes a contender nowadays. Since
Yeah.
everything's so flip-floppy booking, they barely protect
Well-
anyone.
Here's the question. So Joe came out, attacked AJ, and signed the contract. Okay. So he stole it, presumably. Who was going to get the shot? And his page like, no, you get it too.
Is
Like-
Paige just awful? Yes. Her character
Well-
is awful.
I heard a lot of people
that's-
like Paige.
That's different.
Yeah,
But, like, they're by rights. Their by rights is another contender going, but hey, wait, what about me?
Well, maybe it was Joe though. I mean, we don't know. Maybe it was Joe, and he just jumped in and did
Maybe
make
look
a
at it,
statement.
but I have a feeling
Yeah.
it wasn't though. I think the idea is
It
that
seemed like he stole it.
and then Styles
Yeah.
is going to be like, well, fine, then you took the prerogative. Again,
Because
no matter
AJ is like,
what
I'll
they
fight
do-
anybody. So
No matter what they do, it's not as bad as Brock and Roman, so it doesn't
Yeah.
really matter, and it's
No,
going to be a really, really fun match.
Oh, it's
that
gonna
book
tear
is
the house
good,
down.
unless Joe decides, you know what we need to do right now? Rest hold.
Sleeper.
No,
No.
no. Stop it.
I
I
still
know it was gonna sign. It was gonna be fucking Nakamura, and he's like, "Fuck."
no.
Probably, yeah.
No, yeah. I besides Ziggler and Rollins, I mean, so far of what's announced, that's got to be match of the night.
Oh, it's going to be match.
if
of
not,
the night.
if not Bliss and Rousey, I think that might be match of the night as well.
Okay, I mean,
You know what? No
maybe
joke.
because
Ronda
it'll
will
be
be
really choreographed, because that's one of the only downfalls of Ronda that I'm seeing right now. Even though I am on board, I've said it before. I like her a lot.
100%.
I think she's just fucking money. She's worth every
natural.
dollar. But the issue is that she definitely strikes me as somebody who can't just call a match on the fly. No fucking.
Yeah.
Well, not
it's gonna
yet.
be 100%.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean that's why I'm hoping. I'm
What
hoping
we're
she
seeing
breaks out of
now
it.
is
Yeah, I'm hoping she breaks out of it, because her matches are great. They also do feel like I'm watching a play instead of watching two people beat the fuck out of each other. And I always prefer a brawl where it looks real versus something that's impressive.
She's
from a
good at that. She's fucking good at making the shit look real. Because when she ragdolled Mickey James and threw her out of her goddamn top,
Yeah,
oh
it
my
looked good.
god. She
Yeah.
smashed her into the ring, then smashed her into the fucking announcement table. She was destroying Mickey James.
Yeah.
But
And that's what Mickey's job is, and Mickey did a great job doing it.
yeah, she broke a couple of ribs probably. But no, Ronda versus Bliss, it's gonna be great. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm leaning more towards Bliss winning now that Evolution has been announced. I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought I was
No,
100%.
You're missing one point though. They want Ronda holding the title on the poster. So
That's good,
that's
too.
probably why they, instead of waiting,
Yeah.
because the original rumor was they were going to do Charlotte and her at WrestleMania, and that's where she was going to win it. And then this Evolution thing came up, and they were like, "Nah, fuck that, son. We're putting Ronda Rousey with the WWE Women's title right on that poster. That's what they think is going to sell
There's
it."
so many UFC posters with her with the title on it, and that makes a real good point.
Either way, we know she's going to leave Evolution holding the title up at the end of the night. We know
Yes.
that
Oh, yeah.
120%.
100%.
Top
Yeah.
block, done, over.
Yeah.
But
I have something I wanted to rant about, though, by the way.
with
What the fuck is going on with their flip-flopping of James Ellsworth? Because, like...
well, he's gone
what the
now, so.
I hate that though. He's more talented in terms of his character than 90% of the roster. He's got a really fun there's like oh, remember Randy Orton's aura? Okay, I'm gonna give it to you.
Okay.
I think Ellsworth has an aura about him. It's not like main event or anything, but like he's a fun character. And again, they got rid of him again. So once again, Carmella's just gonna go back to being completely insufferable, having no positive to her at all.
I honestly was like, yeah, right. he'll be there next week. Like I didn't see that as like a legit. Thanks for being here.
Not
for a month.
real firing. Like he'll be back. I mean,
he never signed a contract. It was just they made it.
Oh, well, that's a bit of a bummer then. But no, I legitimately didn't think it was like yeah right. That's
why bother?
That's going to be the joke because he already came back once. So
I feel like they did it to troll him or something. But like, why even fucking bring him back if you're only getting? I mean, it's good for him in terms of they've said that his like indie dates picked up, so that's great. Good. But like, what the fuck, man? Just use him. Like, he can't cost that much. I guarantee you, he's probably at the absolute base pay of what they can give somebody, and he probably would take it easily.
He's happy to be there, and
it's so annoying.
It's literally value for your money with him.
Yeah, I don't.
He's very entertaining. Carmella. Obviously, I've been way against Carmella forever, so.
Come on, Becky.
And you know it. I liked her for a while until they tried to.
Oh, I know.
Hey, tell me, hey, she can keep up with Asuka. Okay.
Yeah. And like you're looking at the card, like, okay, well, what's Asuka gonna do? She's gonna face the Iconics, maybe in a goddamn handicap match at the show. Like, Asuka's so fucked right now that.
Why isn't Asuka just holding the goddamn title and just going through a bunch of women with fun match? Like, why are they so? Why is this company so dead set on putting the title onto female heels that can't wrestle?
Well, first of all, Carmella is character-wise, she's good character-wise.
Yeah, she's good.
She's a shitty wrestler, yeah.
But that didn't answer his question.
Same
wrestle.
Because they're going with character. They're going more based off of character.
I agree.
Bliss is a great promo. She's got so much charisma. She's not a great wrestler. But
Vince McMahon, please die. Please die.
I like Asuka's character better.
Because in NXT, even the shittiest of their female people, I actually am interested in. So please just die. Let Triple H and Stephanie take over. Hopefully Stephanie gets into a car accident or something.
I'm not going to... What the fuck? What is happening right now?
Triple H remarries with Dixie Carter, and we get some sort of weird TNA fun period.
No.
Get an ACL tear in one of your heart valves there, pal.
By the way, nobody's wanting anyone to die. Baseball. I just want to point that out. Nobody wants anyone to die.
By the way, Dory. Oh, are you kidding? Dory Funk Jr. I'm still waiting.
David Flair, I will buy you that bag of Coke. Wait, he's already dead. It's the other one.
No, yeah, Reed is dead. David's still alive.
Oh, David's still alive. That's right. Okay, I'll buy you the cocaine. All right,
my God.
Free of charge.
I had something I was gonna say, but I kind of obviously got thrown off a little bit there. What else happened this week? There was something else I wanted to talk about.
I know we can talk about the best thing that happened this week. Tommaso Ciampa and Aleister Black was fucking phenomenal. Yeah. What an awesome match. I loved it. And I know some people don't like Ciampa's style of, because he is very choreographed as well, but I feel like he does a good job of, one, making it feel like it's a fight, even though, it borderlines. Him and Gargano do that same style of match. But also, he is just the best heel that they have in the company right now. That motherfucker gets it. He's like a Sami Callihan. He doesn't want anybody liking him. And by the way, throw it out here, I did meet him a few times in PWG when we would go watch those shows. And he's the nicest person on the planet. Like, he is a genuine dude. This guy deserves it, too, because his story is really nice.
Way to kill his gimmick, pal.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. I mean, fuck this guy. He shit on me. I don't know. But he got signed by WWE. He was in their developmental. They released him. And so for years and years and years, he was a weekend warrior. He had a real job, and he would just go on the weekends and wrestle and hustle and probably not have much of a life because that's a lot of time dedicated to it. Yeah. But that shit paid off, and it couldn't happen to a nicer dude. So I'm very happy.
I remember when he was Muhammad Hassan's lawyer or whatever.
Yeah.
Someone posted that recently. Yeah,
with that full head of hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only time I've ever seen him in person was when he came on my show, my Newscast. So that was
cool.
That was fun. Yeah, him and Gargano, they came on when they were DIY or DIY.
Yeah. Driving under the influence.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they came on as DWI.
Tell me where I can drive. Where are my keys? That's Gargano.
Yeah, they brought in it was them. They were there for an NXT show, but I'm trying to think because who? Damn it! See, I this whole time you were talking, I was trying to think about what I wanted to talk about, but fuck it. I forgot. It's gone.
I like how Ciampa. They paid off the DDT to Gargano from the previous takeover. Like, and now they'll probably never be able to do it ever again. It was for that one spot. Because once somebody kicks out of it, it's not devastating anymore. But I love that they paid that off. That was a huge pop, too, when he kicked out, when Black kicked out of the DDT.
Yeah. So, this Brooklyn's going to be fantastic. It's.
Oh, yeah. What do you think they're going to do, though? Do you think they're just doing Gargano Ciampa 3, or do you think they're doing a triple threat?
I think it's triple threat. I mean, I don't want to. Okay, I spoil.
I kind of want Gargano Ciampa.
You can stop talking, Bomber, and
yeah, I'll stop talking. Sorry.
What?
But nothing. It'll. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I'm confused. I mean, I kind of want the one-on-one.
All right.
I don't know, personally.
Spoilers for anybody? Yeah, no. There's tapings.
Oh, okay. So
it's already everything's already taped
I was
up.
so confused. I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
I accidentally.
It's a three-way.
I mean, that's going to be insane. That's going to be insane. But that's definitely a way to have Ciampa retain and then build towards the next NXT, which is where Gargano finally gets his title shot one-on-one.
What I love about it is I was kind of calling for them to get involved in the title picture a little while ago. And I didn't expect them kind of both to get there along with Black. I'm like, oh, this isn't what I thought. This is
gonna be fun.
More interesting. Oh, cool.
And I'm cool with Black dropping the title because he's fucking bulletproof anyway. So
no, I've been a huge fan of his. So yeah, I'm super excited. But no, actually, I did remember. Thank you. You reminded me when you said the DDT. I want to talk about everybody's favorite topic, Randy fucking Orton. Did you guys see his promo on SmackDown?
He's better. Hey, heel Randy is always better Randy.
Yeah, well, not chicken shit heel Randy is not good, but creepy as fuck heel Randy, that's good.
The one that Hunter and Stephanie killed back in the day, where he was fucking just hitting it off like fucking rocket fuel.
Yeah,
that was the Randy Orton I used to love.
Yeah, where he DDT'd Stephanie and kissed her in front. Oh, it was fucked up.
Well, he cut a fucking great promo. He's like, basically, fuck everybody, fuck Jeff Hardy, fuck you guys. I'm super. It's gonna be interesting to see what they do, where he go. I don't know if he's gonna go maybe interrupt the AJ Samoa Joe match. I don't know if that's gonna. I don't know how people would like to see AJ versus Randy, but as a heel, I think he's obviously way better as a heel, so I'm on board for that. I don't see Joe winning, obviously.
I had a topic that I wanted to. I was curious about Bomber's opinion on this.
Okay.
If Jeff Hardy's so fucked up right now, why are they bothering to have him on TV? I mean, like, honestly, give him 2 months to just heal up and then bring him back at 100%. Why?
If it's 2 weeks, the people will go, hey, he's back when he's back. So.
Yeah, they have so many people on the rosters, especially SmackDown has tons of really good talent. Why? Maybe if the goal is Orton is just going to destroy him on pay-per-view and then he'll take time off, cool, I get it. That's a good outcome. But this just feels like they're like bringing out a broken down, potentially, he could relapse. The guy's a former addict. He's had multiple relapses. Like, let's not fucking destroy his body any further just for a bunch of meaningless TV matches that nobody will remember.
Should be an injury angle. Should be Orton comes out and just fucks him up royally, and then send him off. Send him off for a couple months.
Bring the punt back. We'll have him punch Jeff off TV for a while.
Yes.
Well, first of all, I think the answer is pretty simple. I don't think he's as hurt as everyone thinks he is.
I think it's pretty fucked up, honestly. Like they've been. I know, I get it. Maybe they've been throwing it out a little worse for wear, but like they said, he doesn't do the swanton on house shows. To me, that indicates when you can't do your finisher on a house show, that means you're pretty fucked up.
Yeah, when he's not doing the drugs, you can pretty much guarantee that he's feeling a lot of that fucking road.
Oh yeah, he's got to be.
He hates that life too. By the way, he's mentioned that several times. But I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of because WWE is so protective of guys getting hurt and how bad they are that no way they would let him go out there and have matches if he is.
Well, I think they let guys work through injuries if they can, if they're cleared for it, because obviously you can, not all injuries are going to stop you. But like if he, I agree. If he was so bad off that his health was in danger, I think that they would. Obviously, he wouldn't be on TV. My argument is. He's just not needed right now. Like, there's no reason, especially with him, because I've said many times, he is a main event guy. He's one of those dudes that you can just kind of, if Jeff Hardy comes out in a month and just goes, I'm going to challenge Styles for the title, everybody goes, yeah, that makes sense. Like, I can see that. So why would you risk somebody who can make you a shitload of money by having him do these jobs to Orton or whatever, and just let him take some time off and bring him back? That's all.
Yeah, I mean, they'll probably have him taken off at SummerSlam. They'll probably have him versus Orton,
So too.
obviously.
I think Orton's just gonna punt him. I think punt that let's give Orton a streak, his mean streak back.
That'd be
just do it.
Sense.
That'd be great. I mean, they gave Seth Rollins back his curb stomp. Why not give Orton back his?
Oh, I love that they did too. It helped his character so much. That is the coolest finisher in wrestling right now.
And it's not even like that date. I don't even know. Did they say
not
because
at all.
people
Yeah,
because kids will do it, or what was the reason?
Yeah,
They
it
know?
was-
Probably.
It was
easily
Vince,
imitated.
Yeah, somebody basically when he won the title, somebody came to Vince and was like that. Well, obviously the name curb stomp. Why the fuck did they ever call it that? That's one of the most like racist things you could possibly call a
Racist?
finisher.
That's
Yeah,
racist.
because curb stomping is
It
when
goes
you put
to a Nazi.
That's
it's
speed.
from
Nazis
wherever
and
history acts.
anti-black. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's
Yeah.
talking at once, but I got it.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. But it's just like that to me. That was weird. Like that they named it that and they let it stay that name. But yeah, like when it brought back, like who was it saying it? Cena was talking about it too. Like it's one of the most safest things you could possibly take because you're in full control. He's not putting any effort or any weight on you at all. So it's like it's good that it's back because that old finish of that knee was shit. So this is perfect.
And they can come out of anywhere too. Like he can just like hit
Oh
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
So many fun variations too. Like again, probably the best one of all time was the Orton counter. So
Well,
good shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was just spectacular. And that almost didn't happen. I can't believe that.
No,
They
it's
almost he had to like convince Orton by doing it like 4 times in the ring before Mania started, and that's the only way you can get him to do it.
If they rehabilitate Orton as like a major heel for a couple years, I love the idea of him facing Seth Rollins as a face again at some point down the road. Have a nice feud.
Yeah. Well, hey, I think this is the first time I ever heard you say you want to see Randy Orton do something.
That's
Yeah.
that's the thing, man. I mean, if you put Randy Orton full blown heel, you get him back to that sweet spot where
Motivated
he was-
Orton.
Yeah, you get him back to that sweet spot before they totally destroyed him years ago. He was on track to be fucking awesome, and they just obliterated him like they used to obliterate guys when Triple H was ruling the fucking roost. And
Yeah.
there
Plus,
you go.
I think he's. I don't know if I can confirm, but I think he's a part timer now, because he was talking about how his entire goal was just to get the Brock Lesnar or the John Cena deal, and I think that makes sense. Like we've talked about it before. Again, I'd much rather just have 5 big matches. I don't want him to be champion because again, the champion should be on TV in my opinion, but 5 big matches a year with Randy Orton, a motivated Randy Orton who has time off. He's looking good versus just having him on TV every single week and burn him out. I would much prefer for Orton to be like a Cena, where he just comes in, has a couple matches, leaves for a while, comes back. Let's do that.
Well,
And
I
he
mean,
should-
no, go for it.
I was just going to say, he should really be at this point. He should really be like the modern day equivalent of like the heel Jake the Snake Roberts kind of character, where he comes in, he's the opponent for the new babyface that you're trying to elevate to the fucking top of the fucking card, and because he's that good where he can get guys ready, and he can make guys look great, and when you let him loose as this sort of heel character, he's fucking awesome. Like he's A+. He's fucking top of the fucking heap. He's a great worker when he's doing that shit. When he's just Blandy Blorton, he sucks ass, man. He really sucks
I got
ass.
you, yeah. I agree 100% with that one. Yeah, he's just worst idea ever is have him face. It's just a bad idea. It just doesn't work.
It doesn't work. You just tell he doesn't want it, and that's the problem. He can be a good face if he's motivated, but he just doesn't want it, and so it never clicks.
Yeah, he's been in the business long enough where I feel like it's got to be something special for him to get into it.
Yeah,
But
I
I guess let's wind it down. You want to ask some questions on the stream? You got anybody watching right now?
For anybody, because we're recording this, we're live on Twitch right now. So any of the people in the chat, if you guys have any questions, anything we missed, I'm trying to think if I missed something. I didn't catch 205 live. I tried. I don't know. They haven't said anything yet. So I'll forge questions of my own. So then, okay. So we all assumed there was a high chance that we were going to get like at least Lesnar in the main event at WrestleMania. So if Lesnar's not in the main event at WrestleMania, what do you guys predict is going to be the WrestleMania main event they go with? I kind of think if they did it right, I would love to see Braun Strowman and Roman. If like in the right setting, that sounds like because they've never had a bad match. If anything, they've had great chemistry. Like let's build something new. Let's get Braun and Roman. That's the only Roman main event that I think that I'd sign off on for me.
I think we talked about that a little while back, Matt, about that being a possibility. Like I could see that happening a few years down the line. I can kind of see it happening next year, honestly, at this point. So yeah, I agree with you on that.
It's a super long ways out and a super long shot, but I'll say a match that I think could be possible and one that I would want to see would be Ronda versus Charlotte. I think that would be one for the main event of WrestleMania.
Yeah, I
like
think
that.
that's set. I think almost set in stone.
I think.
I would think so.
Whether or not I think they do it, I really don't picture them doing that. But I would be on board, and I think it would be. I think it would be really fun.
I think Styles and Bryan is a very high probability, not for the main event, but for a match at Mania. I think that's especially they are doing Miz and Bryan at SummerSlam, right? So they're
not official, but they've had the past 2 SmackDowns.
If they're getting it out of the way, then I think Styles. The whole point of this is Styles is going to be the fighting champion, and Styles is going to hold it until Mania, and then somebody's going to take him down. It's going to be Bryan. And to me, that's a perfect finish to an AJ Styles run that he deserved to have, because the AJ is he's awesome. He deserves every time.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Let's be realistic.
No, but you don't like Bryan though, of course.
No. I'm saying let's be realistic. I don't think AJ Styles versus Daniel Bryan would main event WrestleMania. I don't think they would.
I said that too. I said it
wouldn't.
Oh, you said it? Okay, sorry.
No, but I do think it would main event the SmackDown brand, though.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it'd be a fantastic match, obviously. Everything would be great, but yeah, Vince wouldn't do that.
I mean, I would not be shocked if it was, though. If they decided to do that, because Vince loves AJ.
Could if Roman was hurt and not on the card. I think it's possible.
I mean, we thought that Roman and Lashley was going to main event no matter what, and it didn't. So
that was, yeah, that's true. That's true.
I had in the back of my mind that maybe it wouldn't. I'm like, there's no guarantee it's Roman and Lashley. And it's like, no, it will. I'm like, I don't think so. Maybe it's the title, but I didn't really think so.
I got a question from Randy. It said, do you think that there needs to be women's tag team titles? I mean, no.
Need? No.
No, I don't like the idea.
Only if they put all the muscled up chicks on their own show.
Oh God damn it! No, I'm also. I say no. I'm all about I think we have a perfect amount of titles right now. I mean, we could do less actually, but I don't want to see any more titles.
I wish they consolidate the tag titles and just have one team that goes to both brands.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
Same with the world title, honestly.
Or just like everybody on Raw, just like get rid of all those tag teams, and like if they want to fire them, that's cool, whatever. Or they can just move them.
Put all the tag teams on one show instead. We were talking about that before. Have all the women on like Raw, and then have all the tag teams on SmackDown.
Yeah, I don't know about the women. I mean, I think you do have to have women on both.
Yeah,
because of the variety thing, but the tag team, the tag team, man, Raw's tag team division so absolutely worthless and not worth anyone's time. Those titles are absolutely worthless. That's unfortunate.
Robert asked, is Balor and Corbin having a match at SummerSlam? I think the real question is, how great is Corbin? Man, what?
Oh my God, here we go.
Might be one of the most talented professional wrestlers in our country.
Is Corbin the best of the boys that there's been?
Well, no. Come on now. Let's not jump ahead. Scott Hall in his 3-month run before he was fired by WWF is my ultimate boy, but he's still up there. Constable Corbin is the man. That's a pretty specific reference for my ultra boy.
Yeah.
Wait, you talking the Scott Hall that had shitty matches with Steve Austin, where Steve Austin legit wanted to kill him because the matches were so shit.
Yeah.
It was clearly intoxicated during almost the entire 3-month run.
Poor Stone Cold had to carry his fucking ass in that stupid NWO revision.
If you want to go back and watch somebody,
he wasn't drunk though.
It's Austin. It's Austin. No, he was drinking. Yeah, that's why
he was drinking.
I mean, that's not like what I heard, but okay.
Yeah, no, he was. That's what they said. He had substance abuse problems during his entire run during that 3 months. That's why they got rid of him after 3 months.
He was on that drug that made you sick if you drank, and
he said that, and then immediately started drinking once he was on the road with the boys.
Okay.
That's what got him.
Okay.
Oh God, what was I going to say? I had a good point. Now I lost it.
Oh, my fault.
Austin was angry.
Oh, yeah. You ever want to watch a match where somebody, it being Austin, but somebody just being pissed off at their job, watch Stone Cold versus Scott Hall at WrestleMania. He beats the shit out of Scott Hall the entire time, gives him a couple moves, but mostly Austin just beats him up. Then Kevin Nash comes in, and he beats him up for a while. Then Scott Hall and Kevin Nash team up on Austin, and he just beats the shit out of both of them, stuns them both, and pins them in just the neatest of fashions.
I was there for that. It was all kinds of great.
Oh, he did not sell for them. He was like, fuck that. And I like how he's talked about it on his podcast, and he was like, I feel really bad about that match.
Oh yeah, he said he was really in a horrible place at that point too. He was
Yeah.
pissed at everything.
He walked out like the next day. That's when he walked out at first.
Yeah, he was
because it was
bad.
supposed to be the King of the Ring thing with Brock, and he's like, "Oh, fuck this out." Like he
still
committed to
think
Mania, and that was it. So
he had a good reason to walk out. I think it's funny that in hindsight, because he wants to be kind of on a good rapport with the company, he's like, "I was the biggest." I don't think that was the biggest mistake. They wanted to give away what was potentially a WrestleMania money match just out of nowhere for free. Of course, he shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, you know, your biggest mistake of your life was actually agreeing to turning heel again during the Invasion angle.
I think the biggest mistake of his wife was raise hell, beat Deborah.
Oh my god.
Well, that too.
To go back to the question though, with Corbin and Balor. First of all, Balor
There is no match yet.
backstage. Balor is terrible, guys. I'm sorry.
He is.
Balor
I know.
is so bad talking. So bad.
No, I mean, I'm losing faith in him overall. I find him bland. I don't see.
He's an
obviously,
okay
he's a great
wrestler.
He's a great, not even okay. He's a great wrestler, but he's got no personality, and I absolutely hate that he went from in Japan being this like cool, like rebel, like just a badass rule breaker to everybody's included in the Balor Club. It's like, oh.
Well, in the Indies though, you don't need to have you don't need that stuff.
But Indies. Okay, fuck off for a second there.
What? What?
New Japan's not the fucking Indies.
Oh well, technically it's. I guess technically it's not, but okay.
And he had a personality in Japan. He was a rule breaker in Japan. He was the cool fucking foreign dick heel.
Yeah, he was awesome.
He was actually the prototype for guys like AJ Styles and Switchblade that you see now in fucking in New Japan. So
way better
was
personality too.
The problem is he's just like Randy Orton. He's a terrible fucking babyface.
Well,
yeah, maybe that is it. Maybe he does think. I mean, again,
maybe.
why do they keep like interacting AJ or Balor with Anderson and Gallows, and they always tease that like, oh, these guys are friends, but they never fucking keep them together.
No.
They did it with the Wyatts. They do it with the club. Like they just cannot keep a stable together.
Vince doesn't want to promote anything he didn't create.
Well,
very true.
And you know, Vince is always also up and down on stables and faction stuff. And right now, yeah, he's obviously not on any high faction train because we don't have any really besides Sanity. Is that it?
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, they're just a trio, so I guess until they get Nikki back up, who by the way was on Raw. By the way, she was on the stage.
I don't count them.
Yeah, I don't count that. Yeah, I don't. Obviously, she didn't compete, but yeah, if they fight again, I don't know. It was an okay match at Extreme Rules. Wasn't bad. Wasn't great. It was forgettable, but
it feels like a waste of Finn.
Yeah,
he could be doing so much more. He needs a reason to care, and he doesn't have it.
But I don't see him doing anything else, though. Actually, I don't see him doing anything else besides this thing that he's doing with Corbin.
Oh yeah, no, like the storyline's still going, so that's his SummerSlam.
Yeah,
he should have went to SmackDown. Like he feels lost in the mix on Raw. SmackDown would have been more his flavor.
Better matches, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. Any other you got there?
No, there's one about Austin beating Deborah, but we'll probably just leave that one alone.
Yeah, that's safe bet. Safe bet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess you know what, guys. That's all I got. You guys got any final thoughts before we get the fuck out of Dodge?
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm actually pretty positive on everything at the moment. I just really don't understand the Roman factor. Again, it almost feels like they're just straight up trolling their audience, and I never understand when a company does that, because without the audience, you don't exist. So it feels a little strange. But again, I am more hopeful with every given day because NXT just continues to be the best. I mean, it's just it's so goddamn good, from the storytelling, from letting them cut promos where you can tell they're clearly not going off of a script like Ciampa. Like, he's just allowed to say whatever the fuck he wants. You know, he knows his character better than anybody else. So why would you tell him what to say? So, like, once Vince dies, Vince, come on, man, just do us a solid. You know, no big deal. Just maybe the plane goes down. Whatever you need to do. He's never going to retire.
Tear in the brain tissue.
He will never fucking retire, and you know that. He's going to die on the job.
Yeah, he will die in the ring.
It's going to get better. I say within the next year or two, we're going to have a very big shift where the NXT style is going to be on the WWE television, and we're going to get kind of a reboot to the product once it shifts to a different, people in charge. So I'm positive. I'm just holding out.
That's gonna be bad news for ROH.
You know what? Let's talk about this topic real quick before we close everything out. I've saw some people. I think it was, I don't know. Anyway, wrestling right now is in this big boom period right now, and I am probably more interested than I have been in a long time, and I'm pretty positive with everything overall on each show, whether Impact, whether it's Ring of Honor, which I've watched more Ring of Honor now than I have ever have, and WWE. I'm watching more Raw, SmackDown than I ever have, and I'm not completely burnt out. But I've been seeing a lot of people who are more the hardcore fans completely like, you know what, I'm done with wrestling. This is over. I'm done. But yet we're in this giant boom period, but I've seen a lot of hardcore guys or fans say, you know what, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I'm out, and give up on wrestling. What are your guys' thoughts on that? What do you think could be causing that?
I don't think it's any different than usual though. Everybody goes through burnout on wrestling. Even if I don't think
we're in
it has
a boom
anything.
though. We're in a boom right now. I feel
it doesn't matter. I guarantee you there were people that stopped watching when Austin was on top in the Attitude Era. Wrestling's one of those fickle things where either you're ready, you're in it, you're ready for it. We're a rare breed. We're gonna watch no matter what. All four of us are gonna watch till the day we die, even if it's the worst pile of shit on the planet. We'll always check out one or two matches here or there. We'll always watch the product. But a lot of people aren't like that. A lot of people kind of go back and forth on wrestling. And I've noticed in our group of friends, I've had probably half the group just they watch, but they watch a lot less. And maybe that's because there's so much wrestling. But I just kind of feel like wrestling's one of those things where you just kind of get into it for a little bit and then you can go away from it and you come back whenever.
Okay.
I was going to say all the other, to call it other sports, but you got the football, hockey, baseball, they do have their off seasons. And it is partly to be let the guys rest up, let the guys heal, go through the training, rebuild, and go for the next season and go for the title, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Does wrestling need an off season? No, because you look at MMA and they stagger things as well. And the UFC will have pretty much almost a show every other week, sometimes even more frequently than that. But what theirs is a bit different because you don't have it a weekly thing where you see this guy 50 weeks. You have the build-up toward the fight that's coming up in August happening now. So you get a month of this one. And then next month it's something else happening, and then something else. And then later on, that guy's back over here now. He's having this. So it rotates through. So I don't know if a rotating roster would even work in that sense. I
think they have
the part-time thing could do it. But
yeah, that's what I was say. The part-time thing is the tool. I just think that they haven't. It's so in its infancy that they haven't quite figured out how to get this going to make it so it's not I know a lot of people don't want the interim titles, but I think the interim title idea could, if it's done right, which they don't do anything right, but it could work. If Brock left for 4 months and he was the champion and they had an interim champion and then they brought them back and have a fight. But you're saying no. Yeah,
I'm one of those guys that do not like that.
Hey, there's an easy solution to that then. Don't fucking put the title on a part-timer unless he's only going to be holding the title for the 3 months he's on TV for. Other than that, I don't want it. I don't have no desire.
I've always said though, I've never really had a problem with Brock being champ, but
Brock Lesnar has been champion for 80 days without a defense.
Yeah. And look at what the WWE is ostensibly doing right now. They are creating territories. They got their British territory.
Oh, yeah.
They have their indie territory. They have their main event, national, international territory, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how long before they have a British NXT? It's going to happen. They're going to have their own actual.
Yes. They're taping
so,
and they've said Asian and other ones are coming too.
So if they want to get to something, if they want to really mix things up and give guys off days and change things up and make things interesting, it would really benefit them to consolidate to one world title, one champion, and have that champion travel through the territories.
Oh, that would be a great idea. You imagine they just have, even if it's Lesnar, whatever, fuck it. Imagine though if they have their territories where they have the Canada WWE, the British WWE, the China, and Lesnar just travels around and fights people. I kind of dig that. It's different.
Yeah, that sounds great, but you probably pick the worst person to be the guy that travels to each fucking territory.
No, listen.
He already has.
listen, AJ Styles going around the world defending
No,
the
AJ
world
would be great.
title.
Great, yeah.
That's great. I love that idea. And you would get guaranteed great matches everywhere you fucking go, and it would
so much more important too.
Think about that. Oh, sorry, Lee, go ahead.
And they're never going to do this, but
No.
if they could knock their shows down to like 1 or 2 a week instead of having the biggest problem is there's an overexposure of shit, and they're getting all their money from their TV revenue, so I can understand why that's happening. But in a perfect world for me, it would be you would have your main shows, 1 or 2 shows a week. You would have maybe 6 major pay-per-views a year, and you would have all these territories everywhere that run sort of slightly independent of each other, and your touring champion goes to each territory every once in a while, and you set up a couple programs, you build a couple guys up because, hey, they fought the champion. They fought AJ Styles, and they got that fucking close to beating them, and suddenly they're made and they're legit. And when they finally make it to the WWE, you have built-in storylines because everything is fucking connected. Everyone knows this guy fought AJ Styles over in England, and he almost beat him. Now he's going for him in the main roster, and he's fighting for the title, and he's got a great chance, and that sets up fucking WrestleMania. There's your fucking match.
That's awesome. In one sense, though, Lee has literally just described the NWA of the 1980s.
What it is.
But they can do that. Imagine if that was happening
But they
right now.
hate that.
Be it
Vince
be
hates
it.
that.
Yeah, but let me.
Well, Vince isn't
I
going to
know.
be in charge for much longer.
Yeah,
So.
but imagine you've got Brock Lesnar or you've got AJ Styles. This works with either. And we've got the way things are right now, and he's going to be coming to NXT, this developmental brand, to defend. And Ciampa just won it, and he's the one that's going to get to face him. And that's going to happen next month with Ciampa versus Lesnar, because that's the NXT champion's shot at the title. Everyone's going to want that belt. It makes it a big deal because you want that for the stepping stone to that. And yeah, like the ideas of that are fucking cool. But yeah.
I mean, in a nutshell, in the perfect world, it sounds good, but I'm more of a realist, and
Oh, no, I am too.
Well, no.
It's never going to happen.
it is good to fantasy book, though. Yeah, that is fun
No,
to
but
fantasy
I
book.
don't even think it's fantasy booking. I mean, they're clearly interested in making WWE a global brand as opposed to, and not just the main roster. Like they're interested in making, like you said, like obviously they're setting up the England one right now, but they're talking about doing it all over the place, having multiple WWE branches. I could easily see them eventually, because you're going to get to the point where if you have multiple branches of WWE and you have like 8 different WWE champions all over the world, that does start to become tiresome. I could see a shift where they go, fuck that, we're going to consolidate all of these champions and we're going to have one guy who is the guy, and that's going to be the person who represents the company in every single branch of it. Like I don't think that's nearly as far-fetched as you're saying. I just think it'd take time. I think that it's going to be years and years down the road.
And you know what? That helps pare down the titles on the main roster, too, because you don't need a Intercontinental title anymore. You get rid of that. You have the U.S. champ, you have the world champ, and then you have like the Japanese champ, you have the Mexican champ, you have the UK champ.
What I kind of thought was maybe they would, one way you can kind of get around, now this is where you start getting to obviously fantasy booking, but I was saying that like if they had one universal champion that traveled around, then all the other shows could have like an IC champion, or have like, a title that's the title that keeps people watching on the show, but it's not the main title.
I would have a TV champion for every territory.
Yeah, and that seems to make that something like that would make sense to me.
And part of that too is they have said publicly, Triple H was saying it, they plan to build performance centers around the world to support these brands as well. Like that's a long-term goal. And remember the rumor that they plan to have a second WrestleMania somewhere internationally.
Oh God,
Yeah,
please
about
don't
that.
fucking do that.
So
Well, I mean, it's just going to be. I mean, I wouldn't look too much into that. I think it's going to
It's
be more
probably
of
going
like
to be kind of like that one show, right?
Yeah,
like
the Greatest
it'll be
Royal
Mania,
Rumble.
but not as involved. But it just feels like it's going to drown them out.
You shouldn't have more than one Super Bowl, so you shouldn't have more than one WrestleMania. That the whole thing is it's the one. So
I agree.
yeah.
They probably shouldn't use that name, but I do
Not
like
that one.
the. I do like the. The Greatest Royal Rumble and those kind of things. But
Like the
I don't think they
international
should use
event,
the name
Yeah, I don't
WrestleMania.
either.
They should hold it in Georgia and call it WrestleMania.
Oh, there you go. No, I'm on board with that one. I can actually go to that one. Not too fond of going up to New York. That doesn't sound too fun.
Yeah, you southern bigot.
But anyway, on that note, I think we get out of here. We'll be back in 2 weeks. We'll have a better picture of SummerSlam. We'll be able to see whether or not it is going to be a singles match between Roman and Brock, which, we'll see. Because we'll probably be a little more dim, a little more not as happy, not as uplifted as we are now. But either way, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later on. You guys, I had fun. By the way, guys, I had fun tonight. I wasn't feeling it, but I had fun. So, like beforehand, I was like not in a good mood, but I appreciate it. You guys.
Well, we brought you back.
We brought you back. It's good.
You did. I appreciate that.
And also, David Flair, you son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
Dory, I'm waiting for you.
Go do as much coke as you possibly can, okay? Help me out here. Do me a solid. Sorry.
Dory, you're so old. Just give up.
just give up. Jesus Christ.
Just give up. He hears that. He's listening to the podcast. He hears that. He goes, all right, just...
By the way, I did hear Howard Finkel is not doing well. He's not on any of our death pools, so we should all wish him a good recovery.
He had a stroke, apparently.
Why couldn't I know you were in bad health before we did the death pool, Harold?
God damn, I was hoping. Okay, now he's not even on death pool. We should wish him the best.
I do wish him best, yeah, because he's the greatest. In my opinion, the greatest announcer of all time. I know that Lee might have a different, or Scott might have a different opinion.
No, I agree.
No, you are correct.
Actually.
100%.
Okay.
As far as voices,
I thought you were gonna be like, Ned Bakelson in the 33 territory. Oh, that guy can really call a match.
Nope,
No,
Finkel.
he's the best.
Finkel made it matter. Finkel made it sound great. He was always the best.
He
for
has
that,
the ultimate legendary voice. I feel with WWE, he'll always be like the main. I think him and Lillian Garcia are my two favorite announcers.
I never liked
Lillian
Garcia at all.
Garcia?
Yeah,
I've always liked Lillian Garcia.
She's always been. She's fine, but
I've
I
always
like
liked.
Justin,
not my
Justin
number
Roberts.
two.
He was fun, but apparently he's a little bit crazy.
Oh no, I've
I've heard
always
that.
liked Lillian. I've always liked Lillian. So
even really, there's Howard Finkel and then everybody else. As far as
I mean, nobody's really close to Howard. I feel, but
I'm like Tony Chimmel's all right, but he's like down over there. Like I don't think of him the best.
In the
so-
chat, Randy Orton said, JoJo sucks. Dude, we're not talking about Bray Wyatt's private life, okay?
Yeah. No.
I mean, she's okay.
Come on.
She's got the craziest ass in the world. Though,
Oh, she is one of the hottest black women I've ever seen.
She's like
she's
3 feet
crazy
tall.
hot. Yeah, she's tiny as hell, though. That's true.
Bray Wyatt cheated up, basically.
Yeah.
What he did.
100% cheated up.
Yeah, he
But-
cheated up. Hey, if you're going to cheat, you might as well cheat up, right? That's the way it works.
On that note, I'm gonna edit this and then I'm gonna take a nap before work. I'll
Don't
see you
edit
guys
any
later.
of this out. Don't edit any of this out.
I mean, when I say edited, I mean not
Post
edit
it.
really anything. Yes.
Yeah, he's going to post it.
Yeah. The only thing I edit is the very beginning.
Put the header on it and
Dory.
save.
Dory, die, Dory.
Die,
Hey.
Dory, die.
I will put a figure 4 leg lock of death upon you.
And that's it. We're out. Bye.